KIRO 7 News.
2 home invasion suspects expected in court today. What we're finding out after police say they terrorized Asian homeowners in South Seattle.
We're following breaking news in North Seattle this morning. Thieves damaged the doors of a 7-Eleven. What they tried and failed to get in this overnight smash and grab.
Look at your screen right now. Just take a look at downtown Seattle. Ooh, we are in for a good day, aren't we? Today is Thursday, March 7th. Welcome to KIRO 7 News in the morning. I'm Kevin Coe.
I'm Lindsay Sheldon. Kevin, has your real-time traffic, it's really picking up right now. We'll get to that. But first, Nika Kazari has your pinpoint weather. A beautiful, clear day out there right now.
It really is. It's such a gorgeous day. We saw that nice Rainier shot, and I wish we had the Rainier shot from the airport right now, but we'll work on swinging that camera around a little bit. And
look, a little cloudier there,
Yeah, and you can see the departures lanes, too. They are very, very busy this morning, and I'm glad those folks are in the car right now, because when they step out of the car, they're going to realize, oh, wow, it is pretty chilly outside. We're waking up to temperatures this morning in the low 30s, and in some places, too, as cold as 20. So Ording and Buckley, just an example of some areas that are seeing temperatures in the 20s this morning. The good news for people out in Olympia, it's not foggy anymore. So that fog is starting to lift. We are seeing those clear skies again. We are tracking that rain, though. I'll give you guys the timing of that rain coming up in a little under 10 minutes.
Well, Niku, I want to show you this live look right now at I-5. I believe this is all the way up in Whatcom County, but you see that car on the right lane blocking traffic right there. What I can tell you, though, is traffic doesn't look too bad up there right now, but, oh, man. You know, we mentioned it down in South King County. Lindsay, you talked about it. Really starting to stack up here, not only for folks down in the South Center, but look at all of that orange on I-5 and on 167. We will take a closer look in just a few minutes. But first, we got to get to breaking news in Seattle's First Hill neighborhood. Police on scene of a barricaded suspect on Madison Street. Now, KIRO 7's Runji Sinha live there with an update. Runji, what do you know?
Well, Kevin, actually in the 1400 block of Madison, you can see a pretty active scene right behind me here. A number of police vehicles, and we just saw within the last few minutes the police bringing out what appeared to be a suspect and putting him in the back of the car, and you can actually see more suspects being brought out. Now, what we know from Twitter is that Seattle police responded to this area for armed robbery suspects, and they were barricaded and holed up, and there was apparently somewhat of a standoff with the police. Now, we're continuing to follow the developments, but you can see arrests that are being made, people taken into custody, I should say, and that is about 3 people we have seen so far. So we're going to continue to follow this, try to get some more information and bring you the latest here on KIRO 7, but clearly a lot of activity going on here in First Hill. We're live in First Hill. Runji Sinha, KIRO 7 News.
Wow, Runji Sinha bringing that to us live as police take people into custody as they investigate a robbery. Thank you, Runji. Now let's get to that breaking news in North Seattle. A convenience store along Greenwood Avenue and 125th Street severely damaged overnight by thieves. Yeah, they bashed their way inside, leaving the front mangled. KIRO 7's Braceda Holgan is live there as police were investigating earlier this morning. Bree, you showed us that ATM earlier. It's still there, huh?
It is still here. The suspects, Kevin, weren't able to take off with it because they just weren't able to yank it out. Now, one of the employees here tells me the 3 suspects showed up here with a U-Haul, rammed into the store. You can see this huge gaping hole now left here. All morning long, employees have been cleaning up the mess. Most of the shattered glass has been picked up now. And despite what happened here, you can see that the 7-Eleven is now open, customers coming in and out. Now, let's go ahead and pull up pictures of that ATM the suspects tried to steal. You can see they chained it up and tried to yank it out, but they were unsuccessful. The 7-Eleven is right on the corner of Greenwood Avenue North and North 125th Street. Employees here tell me this situation happened around 2 or 3 a.m. this morning. Now, I have reached out to Seattle Police for more information, and the minute I hear from them, I will update you guys with the very latest. But a huge mess left behind for these employees to clean. I'm also trying to figure out if the store was open at that time. I don't think it was, but once again, once we hear from Seattle Police, I'll update you guys. For now, reporting live, Braceda Holgan, KIRO 7 News.
Braceda, thank you. In a couple hours, 2 suspects will face a judge accused of a series of home invasions targeting Asian households. Police say they broke into 3 homes in less than 2 hours in King County. Both suspects are being charged with a hate crime. Police in South Seattle had been searching for these suspects for some time. According to charging documents, last June, the suspects forced their way into homes. When the suspects were arrested last fall, police recovered 14 guns. Arraignments related to new charges for 2 suspects are slated for 8:30 this morning at the King County Courthouse. Also happening today, a Florida couple is expected to appear in court. Now, you may remember this story back in February. The couple attacked a Federal Way mom and kidnapped her 7-month-old baby. The couple, identified as the mother's cousin and the cousin's husband, were arrested in Grant County. They were charged with multiple felonies. They're being held on $750,000 bail.
6:35 right now. We're finding out just how fast deputies say a suspect was going when they say he hit and killed a trooper on the side of I-5 over the weekend. Raul Benitez Santana is behind bars, accused in the death of Trooper Christopher Gadd. Court documents are now giving us a closer look at what led up to that crash. Deputies say Santana's vehicle was traveling on the shoulder of the road, going an estimated 80 miles an hour. They say Santana hit his brakes only a second before slamming into Trooper Gadd's patrol car. Court documents say he admitted to smoking weed and drinking 2 beers in the hours before the crash. Santana has been identified by ICE as an undocumented immigrant from Mexico with a criminal past. KIRO 7 spoke with an immigration lawyer about Santana remaining in Washington.
But certainly when we are dealing with our clients, our experience is that when someone's arrested, they're at high risk to then be placed in removal proceedings if they don't already have legal status.
So the question remains why that didn't happen. A representative with ICE tells us the deportation process can take several years, and that while Santana's history is concerning, there's a massive backlog to face an immigration judge.
We are all experiencing the fatigue of reckless drivers. We are experiencing the fatigue of drunk drivers.
Lawmakers are sharing the frustrations over this week in Olympia. State Senator John Lovick made those comments as part of a moment honoring Trooper Gadd on Monday. We've learned there will be a public memorial service for Gadd next week. It's at Angel of the Winds Arena in Everett at 1 p.m. on Tuesday.
Okay, take a look at this. We're about to show you some wild, just released video from the Thurston County Sheriff's Office of what would turn into a very muddy chase and arrest of a DUI suspect. But this took some time.
Going for pit. Good pit, good pit.
It wasn't over there. Flashback a few minutes to where this started in Lacey. The suspect dodged spike strips after deputies say he gave them a fake name. He raced through this construction zone right here, and that's not all.
Down the Shady Trail right at Lacey Boulevard here.
Moments later, the first pit maneuver seemed to bring this all to an end right here, but the driver didn't stop. He managed to back out of a second pit attempt. He reversed into oncoming traffic, but soon lost control, veering right into that driveway and slamming into a parked travel trailer.
He's not going anywhere. He's locked in, but he's trying to start it again.
You heard that engine. He was gunning it right there. Deputies eventually yanked the man out. They also figured out who he was, a 10-time felon with multiple active warrants. He's now facing even more charges, including eluding and DUI narcotics.
The Thurston County Sheriff's Office is asking for any video and information in a deadly shooting in Yelm Tuesday night. Deputies now tell us a man was shot inside his trailer on Morris Road Southeast. We brought this to you as breaking news right here yesterday morning. Deputies still don't know what led up to that shooting. Their big lead is a potential getaway car, a light metallic blue 90s Honda Civic with 4 doors.
Anybody in the Morris Road area of Yelm, between Bald Hills Road and 123rd is the area this occurred. If they had any security cameras facing the roadway that might record traffic, we're trying to get any vehicle description or more specific description about this vehicle.
The only details of potential suspects right now are 2 men seen driving away from the crime scene.
Okay, so maybe you felt it, maybe you didn't. Maybe you're one of the hundreds of people who reported feeling an earthquake near Tiger Mountain yesterday. A 3.0 earthquake hitting that area. Many people actually reached out to us in Issaquah saying they did feel it. It wasn't anything too dangerous, but enough to keep you on your toes, if you lived nearby.
Niku's been keeping us on our toes in the Pinpoint Weather Center, looking at this beautiful day ahead of us.
Yeah.
And hey, I'm just going to get straight to it.
I
Show
know.
us this view.
I know. This is the most gorgeous shot of Rainier we've seen yet this morning. So, wow, let's just take that in. Deep breath.
Moment of zen.
Yeah, a little moment of zen. And yeah, we have that beautiful glowy sunrise over our majestic mountain right now. And I think it's just going to look nicer and nicer as we get a little bit later into our 7 o'clock hour, when we should have more hot pink and neon orange in the sky. But I am just obsessed with this beautiful Rainier shot coming to us from SEA. Quick look at the visibility map. You can see everyone right now with that fog lifting almost in that 10-mile range. And that Tacoma sensor still faulty. I think it's still just trying to barely wake up. But yeah, it looks like the spots that could see the worst fog this morning are still going to be places around Chehalis, where it looks like that fog is still lingering around. But everyone else looks like that fog lifted pretty quickly. Future Track has shown us those calm conditions. They'll stay with us for the majority of today. Today's going to be an absolutely beautiful day, much like what we had in our forecast yesterday. But starting tomorrow, places along the coast, you'll start seeing that rain come into our forecast. And even here in the lowlands, don't be surprised if you do see a stray shower or two tomorrow. But by this weekend, I'm going to stop the Future Track at around 9-10 o'clock Saturday morning. We'll all be waking up to rain, and that rain will be sticking with us for the majority of our weekend. Quick look at our Pet Walk forecast, friends. This is Hank, Willie, Daisy, Rudy, and Yeti. Yeah, we love this shot coming to us from Cindy and Chehalis. And Kevin was saying earlier, that's the life, just hanging out with 5 dogs. That's pretty awesome.
Life goals.
Be sure to go to KIRO7.com/petwalk. Send us your pet walk photos. We love seeing your pet photos every day. All right, it is 6:41, and we're going to toss things over to Kevin now, who's looking at I-5. But before that, be sure to download the KIRO 7 mobile weather app. You can get weather updates sent directly to your phone.
I hope my dog wasn't watching, by the way, when I said that's my dream to have dogs. I don't want to make them jealous. Also, I'm not jealous or envious of anyone on I-5 northbound right now. Really starting to stack up down in Federal Way in South King County. Also, I was reporting a collision here earlier along the South Center area as you get onto I-5, but look at all that congestion that is there. 405 not looking good either as you head up there. Big picture though, folks, it's starting to stack up everywhere. I want to get down to the South Sound as well, because Puyallup, Bonnie Lake, just a little bit in Bonnie Lake, but really Sumner starting to see some major congestion as people get out the door. Everett's looking okay until you get down closer to Linwood and then head down to Shoreline on I-5 southbound. Drive times coming up in just a few minutes.
Tonight, President Biden prepares to deliver his 3rd State of the Union address. So what's he going to talk about? We have details from Washington, D.C. in just a few minutes.
And managing your money can be tough, especially if funds are tight. Coming up next, we have some tips you should know to keep a healthy bank account.